Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. All praises are due to Allah who has enabled me to make a class for the students of English, for the students of first year and second year, and for the students of degree and honors. I like to make a class on English grammatical rules and regulations. To earn knowledge is obligatory on every male and female. Our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, acquires the knowledge even unto China. He further says, the ink of a scholar is more holy than the blood of the martyrs. If we gain knowledge, then we can enlighten our lives. Without earning knowledge, we cannot enlighten our life. We cannot enlighten our lives. If we earn knowledge, then we can enlighten our lives. I like to present here 3 rules and regulations of grammar. So, for example, head clause, use of last, or that. These 3 things I again like to present to you 3 things. For example, head to clause, use of last, or that. We have to know the rules and regulations of these 3 things. For example, head to clause rule. Head plus subject plus been plus dot plus subject plus would have, could have, might have plus verb, past participle plus extension. Example, had I been a teacher, had subject I, been and extension a teacher and subject I, would have or could have, might have, anyone, and verb first participle taught and extension a student. So, for example, had I been a teacher, I would have taught students. Again, I like to present you, had I been a teacher, I would have taught students. Had I been a teacher, I would have taught students. Secondly, use of last. It is very important. You have to memorize these things. For example, first clause plus last plus subject plus should or might plus base form of verb plus extension. For example, run fast. Lest you should might miss the Juma prayer. First clause, run fast. Run fast is first clause. Then last. After last, you have to use subject you, and then verb, and then should or might. Here I have used might. For example, might, and then extension. And then should have might base form of verb. Again, I like to repeat. For example, first clause, run fast, first clause, and then last, and then subject you, and then might, and then verb base form miss, and extension Juma prayer. For example, run fast, lest you might miss the Juma prayer. Rule, third rule, would have, would that, third rule, would that. After would that, for example, would that plus subject plus could plus base form verb plus extension. Would that, for example, would that I could be a professor. At first, I have used here would that. For example, would that, and then subject I, and then could, and then verb base form the verb be, and then extension a professor. Dear students, I like to repeat these three things again. For example, had I been a teacher, I would have taught students Arabic and English. Secondly, run fast, lest you might miss the Juma prayer. And thirdly, would that I could be a professor. I like to draw the attention of the students that you have to memorize these three things. If you know the grammatical rules and regulations, you can make a sentence correctly. If you don't know the grammatical rules and regulations, you cannot make any sentence correctly. May Allah bless you. Thank you.